Well, hello, welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. Missed you guys for quite a few weeks, and it's been quite a few hectic weeks at that. So right now, just in our area a couple days ago, they had a confirmed tornado come through just north of us, probably about 5 miles. We're good. We have our own, we still have electricity here, and we're pretty much just some high winds came through and heavy rains. But a couple of Karen's brothers don't have power, and it might be out for up to a week. I handed out all my power stations. If you can look on the shelf back there, it's empty. Another friend of mine didn't have power too, so I've been kind of shuttling the power stations out to them.
Got this from my friend Tom, who does a lot of stuff with these solar panels and battery packs. I'll walk you through to the battery pack, but I'm sending this out. It's a little cloudy. Unit in here in my garage, and this is the unit here. We're at 95%, and we'll see how long that works for us, but got it plugged in, and it's operating my fridge in the garage and my freezer, which has all my deer meat, ground meat, deer head, everything in here, so don't want to lose any of this.
And then I have my generator here. I was running around trying to just top them off, kind of like being a mobile Randy Kilowatt, just filling up their power station, spending a couple hours at each house, and just enough for them to get their refrigerators continuing to run, and also maybe charge up their phone batteries and stuff like that. But when I first went to take this generator out, the last time I used it was down in southern Ohio. I loaded it up into my truck. It seemed to be okay. It had a charge on the battery. I just flipped it over a couple times and I heard it crank, so I just left it, put some gas in it, and I don't know if I made a mistake or if it's something wrong with the carburetor. But when I got to the first house, there was a big puddle of gasoline in the back of my truck, and you could just see it dripping out of the bottom of here. So I could not use this generator. I was pretty frustrated. I came home, tried to get out my other generator, and the last time I used that was when I went to Tennessee. That's when we had the snowstorm down there and the power outage down there. And I'm usually pretty good at shutting off the fuel, and if I have to, I'll pump the old fuel out depending how long it is between using it. And apparently I didn't shut it off, and it smelled pretty much like varnish in there, so I could not get that one running either. I'm gonna have to take the carburetor apart and clean it up. But this is the one I was concerned about. I thought it would be easiest and most portable to move around. And I think the float got stuck in the carburetor and just started letting gas drip in there. So I went to check the oil, and the oil was full to the top. It came just gushing out with the smell of fuel in it. Also, the air filter, it's got a sponge air filter on here, and that was soaked with fuel. So I cleaned everything out, took the spark plug out. When you'd pull on the crank cord, it looked like somebody was shooting a super soaker out of the cylinder of where the spark plug goes. So I finally got it cleaned up yesterday, but I did not fully change the oil. I just drained all the gasoline off the top. So I wanted to get this thing on the road and start charging some of the power stations. And first thing in the morning before I head out again and start charging more power stations, I want to change the oil, and hopefully I won't have that leak again with the fuel. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this hasn't been the only significant weather event that's affected our lives. Also down in Tennessee about 2 weeks ago, they had a big rainstorm, and it was just concentrated really to a good portion of the area around where our cabin is, and we ended up getting 5 inches of rain in 45 minutes. Now it's not too bad because we're on top of a mountain, so you don't expect a flood, but our well is down towards the bottom of the mountain, and all that water rushed down the mountain. It moved big, huge boulders, boulders half the size of a vehicle, that look like small little, maybe like a VW-sized boulders, and it unearthed our water line. Our water line's usually buried under a couple feet of soil, and you could see most of the water line plain as day. When them rocks came tumbling down, it tore the crap out of it, and we did not have water at our cabin for about a week as we were trying to get the water line replaced, which we had to cancel a week's worth of rentals. Being the HOA president, it was kind of stressful, a lot going on, a lot of communications. I was almost going to drive down there, but I pretty much was doing everything over the phone and monitoring everything over the internet. and scheduling, making calls, stuff like that. That's something we typically see down there in Tennessee in the summertime. Usually when we have to cancel a rental, it's usually because of weather, but it's usually in the wintertime. So this was just a little unusual for us. So I've kind of had it with the extreme weather right now. But what I'm doing here is I'm trying to change the oil on here, get out the fuel mixed oil that I have, and then I want to get up and going for today. So I really haven't had a lot of time to start making videos until things get situated around here and our relatives are okay power wise. So I'm just going to be running around. We got some trees to trim up at some of the houses too. This wasn't a situation where we wanted to pull the camera out and make a video out of it. Just a lot of frayed nerves, and we just wanted to help out our relatives and then try to get them, you know, at least save the stuff in their refrigerator and a little bit of usable power while they're waiting. It's August 8th right now, and notifications have just went out that most power is not going to be restored till the 14th, so 6 more days. So we'll see. One of our relatives just got their power restored overnight. They were actually staying in our trailer. We set that up for them. It was easier for them to stay in the trailer. They had basically it's like their own little efficiency in there. They don't do steps very well to get up to the second floor. It was easier to put them up in the trailer. We got the water running in there, plugged it in, got air conditioning for them. So that's good. But they did get electricity overnight, and they'll be able to stay back in their home today. They don't have internet, which a lot of his job is internet based, so I might try to help him out with Starlink, but he's going to need an Ethernet connection, so I got to think about that one. But first things first, I want to take care of this oil. Hopefully we'll start up a regular type of video pretty soon after this one. Just to let you know, the fire department movie hasn't taken place yet at the time of this filming. It's going to take place, today is the 8th, it's going to take place on the 17th, so there's still 9 more days before that. But that video is finished and all edited and ready to go. I just need to go up to the auditorium that they're going to use and test things out and check it out on the screen and the sound system and the audio levels and all that type of stuff. Maybe I'll try to share a little bit of that with you if I think of it while we're there. Okay, it's been about 5 days since this weather event. I've got everything back. My generator seems to be working okay after the oil change. It was stalling out when I was charging up some of the other power stations during the week, but if you look in the back, I got all my power stations back here, so I think we're good. Everybody that we were assisted got power back all together. The event started on a Tuesday, no power Wednesday, no power Thursday, and most no power on Friday. And today is Saturday. Everybody's got power back, and we're pretty much back to normal. I was just trying to run the fuel out of my generator, and while I'm doing it, I figure I would just top off all the power stations so I'm not really wasting any electricity. So I got a little bit more to go. I'm going to start that up, run the fuel out of it so I don't have any issues. I'm hoping that it was just a stuck float with this one. The other one I still have to clean up the carburetor on. That's going to take a little while. So even though it wasn't a good thing that this event happened, at least I pulled this out and tried to start it. And this is our main backup when it comes to power failure here at the house. We usually backfeed in through our garage through the sub panel. And at least it told me that if we were going to have a power issue here, that I can't rely on that one until I get the carburetor cleaned out. Usually when you expect an event like this and you want to help somebody out, you're thinking about just helping out 1 or 2 people. And once you start helping out 3 or 4, our resources here get a little bit taxed, but everything is doing good right now. Nobody lost anything in the refrigerators. We returned a lot of stuff in our fridge that we had down there, so we're almost back to normal. I've got to run down to Southern Ohio today. The weather is just perfect right now, so I want to run down there and cut grass a little bit. Nothing too fancy, and then turn around and come back, and I'll be back here in a couple days. There's also some meteor showers tonight, so hopefully I'm going to get down there. There's some clouds up in the sky right now, but maybe things will clear up. I'll enjoy the meteor showers, do a full day of grass cutting tomorrow, then pack things up and come back the day after that, and hopefully get back to some regular projects. So I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out, and keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.